When you become a parent, you see the shows you loved as a kid in a whole new way. One of my weirdest discoveries so far is that Thomas the Tank Engine and his vehicular friends are driven by people. You can see these human drivers on the show, and in this ABC book, M is for men. The men who drive the engine stand inside the cab. What? Let's back up a second for some context. Fans of the show will recall that Thomas and his friends have names, faces, voices, and, critically, the ability to make moral choices. Now, it's no surprise that these engines work with humans, including Sir Topham Hatt, who bosses the engines around. Basically, on the island of Sodor, humans coexist with sentient trains. And I really have no problem with that until you say that there are human drivers inside those trains. If humans are really the ones controlling movement, that's a pretty big strike against the idea that these trains are independent moral actors. After all, moving from one place to another is pretty much all these trains do. Do humans control the train's faces and voices like puppets? Or are the trains still somehow separate intelligent entities, just with a tragically false belief in their own free will? And in either case, why does Sir Topham Hatt only ever address the trains and not their human operators? For a guy so obsessed with efficiency, that's a pretty convoluted way of communicating with your employees. Plus, everything about the underlying narrative indicates that the trains are really alive. They're the ones who get the praise and the blame, and they're the ones that we as the audience are supposed to identify with. My hypothesis is that the men in the trains are the ones who lack free will. They're like vestigial organs from a time before trains evolved consciousness. For now, the trains allow humans to ride in the cab and pretend that they're in command, but it's all an illusion. And Sir Topham Hatt is perhaps the only autonomous human left on the island of Sodor. But given the mounting criticism of Sodor's political system, the question is, can Topham survive the coming railvolution?